welcome. Liver 12 Man Show is here, and we are going to be live for this upcoming match that we have on our docket for Liverpool. And it's an important match all the same because it means that we could push even further ahead in points and possibly secure ourselves a 20th title even sooner than expected. So it is an important matchup. It's also a little precursor to our League Cup matchup against this same team. This game is going to be a 8:15, I think, 8:15 kickoff. So a little bit of a weird, quarter at past the hour kickoff, but all the same, it's going to be a good one to get involved in because Newcastle is a team that we definitely, I won't say we had our problems with when we last met with them. We certainly pulled back a game that most likely should have been a victory, but it ended up being a draw for us, and that's unfortunate. But still, we ended up seeing some fight and certainly some resolve and resilience from this team in that match, and we ended up getting at least a point from St. James Park. Difficult place to play, a place that has shown that for a lot of people that have traveled there. And now that they have to travel to Anfield, we need to show them that Anfield is a difficult place to play and a place that few will get any type of points from when they end up leaving. So it is a matter of doing our best to make sure that happens. So appreciate the fact that you guys are here with us. And I guess let's just get into it. Let's just definitely get into it. So make sure I have my comment section open. Yep. Big up Edward and big up Abdul. Hope that you guys are good and well. As I said earlier, welcome to the Liver 12 Man Show. We're going to do a pre-match briefing for tomorrow's marquee, Premier League clash at Anfield. This isn't just any midweek fixture, though. It's an early Carabao Cup Final preview, most likely, and also offers a glimpse as to what we should expect in that matchup, as opposed to the fight that we'll most likely see for a team that hasn't won a major title in a long time. Certainly hasn't won even domestic titles in quite some time too. And they would be definitely looking forward to trying to end that drought against us. But this game doesn't deal with that. This game deals with just points on the board for the Premier League. So yeah, with every point matters in the Premier League. So it's about us maintaining the pressure, momentum, so we can get our bid to clinch our 20th league title. That'd be great to see. I'm sure you guys want to see that also in the chat. And I think it's going to be I think you're going to see something where this lineup is going to be a more return to the usual, and it's going to be a situation where we're going to have a team that is more likely the team we expected to see in this last game against City, but we didn't see it. We saw more of a front 4-2-4, I guess you could say, with two marauding 10s, if not two 9s, or you call them 9.5s, as Cujo liked to say. And we are with Brian in the house, is on the panel here with us, and Jimmy, big up to you. Edward and Abdul, again, definitely good to see all of you in the chat. And Brian, good to see you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I am. Okay, yeah, long day, very long, very a funeral, meal, lots of traveling around, lots of driving around, and lots of emotional people. But yeah, it's that's life. But yeah,
yeah.
got
Big up Philip.
to meet some of my more Manchester United centric cousins for the first time in a couple of years. So there was a
Oh,
few laughs
goodness.
as well. There was a few laughs as well.
I bet there was. Um, Big up honesty. Ryan saying Ryan Gravenberg has started 56 games for Liverpool. We only lost one game. Yeah. Alexander says big up to you as well, brother. Yeah, getting into this lineup. What was the lineup that I was looking at or thinking about is pretty much I was saying it's going to be returned to the norm. Obviously, Ali, Trent, Ibu, Verge, and Robbo in the back line. I have Gravenberg, McAllister, and Dominic in that front line. I know that, or the midfield, excuse me. I know that some might have it being Curtis Jones, but that's it's that might be the alternative to that pick. Then you have Salah on the right, and I have Diaz on the left. I know that Cody is working his way back, but I don't know if he's necessarily fully fit to be a start. And then I have Diego starting at the striker role with the Newcastle team having Pope, Livermento, Shar, Byrne, Hull, Tonali, Bruno G, Willock, excuse me, Murphy, Isak, and Gordon as their front three. Obviously, we have Joe Gomez and Connor Bradley are both out, but Connor Bradley is possibly is going to be available. Connor Bradley and Joe Gomez were the two that were out in the previous game, excuse me. But Connor Bradley apparently has been said that, or Arnie Slot revealed he'd be completely surprised if Connor Bradley is available after being forced off after Aston Villa last week. But he is possibly going to be, because I just heard David Lynch say that he was going to be possibly available for this match. Sven Botman, who has missed the Nottingham Forest game, will remain hopeful for return. Joe Linton, who's been sidelined for the past 4 games with knee injury, and is targeting to come back for the Carabao Cup Final next month, but not this game. And Jamal Lascelles is also out with after an ACL injury. So those are the list that we have of injuries, and for the list that I think is going to start. Is that something different from what you see as being your starting lineups for both teams?
What was your mid three?
Mac, Grav, and Dom.
Maybe I was just thinking, like, with the effort in the games and the running and the shouting and Dom might be maybe could Dom get a rest and give Jones another game, like do what we're thinking, like, but actually just give Dom that day off. Maybe I don't know if he needs it or not.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I wouldn't change it. I'm just thinking, might he do that?
Yeah, I
I
have
will
that.
go.
Yeah, the and or.
Yeah, I'd go with Gakpo, Jota, Salah up front, and Dom, Grav, and Mac in the middle. But I'd just be interesting because he has, we've seen Dom twice now
Mhm.
against Man City, like collapse on the pitch. The previous game as well, he was talking about how he couldn't run anymore in the last couple of seconds.
Mhm.
So maybe something like that, a tiny little tweak, nothing big. But bringing Gakpo and Jota back would still be, I think. But I suppose, yeah, that'd be a few changes, I suppose.
Yeah, I just don't see it being. I don't see it being too drastic of a change for us.
Did you go Simi or Robbo?
Robertson.
Yeah, same. The
I
rest
think
picks
that
itself.
the game to do this whole you know next game is a game to kind of get that rest in possibly for us. I think.
Do we have Southampton? Is it then
Yeah,
at home?
our next Premier League game at least is right. Our next Prem game is Southampton at home.
And that's after the cup final.
That's before the cup final.
Oh fuck it, yeah, rest him. Yeah, rest him in that game then.
Yeah,
Yeah. I thought that was after. Yeah, we can. Yeah, rest him in that game.
yeah. We have the
Yeah,
Champions League games in between those. So it's like it goes Newcastle at home, PSG away. Then we have Southampton at home, Liverpool, PSG at home, um, and then the cup final.
Right, with his PSG in the middle. Yeah, right. That's difficult to know. That's really on the kind of what I call the red line. You know
Mm-hmm.
who's on the red line?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be just those guys who don't play. But that's yeah, they're coming thick and fast as usual.
They
It's the
are.
price of success. You're gonna
They
be playing
definitely
every
are.
3 days if you want to win trophies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they definitely are. Let me see something. I'm gonna see if
Like
what
at least
is.
when the cup finals out of the way, then it's just fairly normal.
Say it one more time.
Right, like when the cup final is out of the way, that's it. Then that's the domestic cup's over for us. So
That's
it will
domestic
kind of
cups. Yeah, we start
it'll
the FA
slacken
Cup
off a bit.
maybe. Yeah, you get to slack off just a little bit off of for the FA Cup.
Sure, then they go away on internationals and they probably get flogged in 3 games then against
Yeah,
freaking transatlantic Ecuador or something in a friendly. I don't know, but it's just nonsense friendly games or whatever they are.
yeah. I'm trying to think of. I think after the cup final is when the internationals start. Because after the cup final, we have our it's the Merseyside derby. I mean, there's still some relevant games that we have ahead of us. Certainly.
Plenty of big games. Plenty of big
Yeah.
games. Even if we have points enough on the board, there's still, like we said, you know what, there'd be plenty of teams out there that would, love to kind of rain on our parade, and like
Mhm.
take 3 points off us. And, we get another one of those weeks where we lose and Arsenal win. And it's like, oh, that gap isn't as big as it used to be. There's going to be a
Yeah.
plenty of them,
Yeah. Exactly.
especially Everton. Everton would love to come to Anfield and get a result, a real good result.
Yeah. Completely. Yeah. Internationals before Everton isn't ideal for sure. It isn't, but um, it's not. I don't think those internationals are just. That's not a tournament. I don't think or something like that. It's not like it's because I
What would
know how
that
they've
be?
been trying to make the internationals more
That would
relevant rather than
be
just all these friendlies. I think it's just a friendlies.
that would be maybe some of them might be qualifiers for
Some might
2026
be,
South
some might,
America.
but I don't think it's all of them. I don't think everyone has them. Um, but still, that's any mix-ups that you think would be a part of that Newcastle lineup. Do you think they're gonna do something different? They have a few names in there that do play international as well, but
Oh, there are a lot of internationals, yeah.
hmm,
Yeah. Most of their main guys play. Uh, no, I think what you said there, I think the kind of Joe Willock position, that kind of third midfielder, like Tonali and Bruno are kind of set. Sometimes he does something different with that third midfielder, but
hmm,
his front three, Isaac, Murphy, and Gordon, that seems to be set in stone. Uh, the back four, sometimes he changes the left back, but yeah, I think it's pretty much pickable. But yeah, sometimes he does something a little bit different in midfield, but I can't. I just he's probably going to go with his best 11 against us. So that's probably what the one you call out is probably the best 11 they have.
hmm, hmm. Joe Linton being out is not a bad thing, by the way. He is a bully on the pitch for sure, and
Yeah,
he tends to get away with a lot of his
he's a good
perfected
little
dark
player as
arts.
well. He's a good little player as well, though. He's not someone you want to be playing against.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a good player
gone
too.
off the boil a bit though. I mean, I can't remember. Was it how it changed him from a number 9 to a DM, basically, or kind of a roving number 8 navigator
Hmm,
type guy?
hmm.
Uh, so yeah, he got a bit of a maybe he can't maybe that wasn't his kind of holy grail position after all.
Hmm,
Maybe he
hmm.
just had a good season. Oh, a funny little player though. Yeah, costs a lot of money as a number 9, and Yeah,
He does.
he is now playing in midfield.
He does.
Destroyer. It's weird.
This is what week is this? 28? Is this the 28th week or the 20? This 27th week. Okay.
Oh, and by the way, it's way too late. But if anybody's playing FPL, tonight's a
There's a
game.
game on though. It's
So
too late to change your
yeah,
lineups.
I
It's
hope you have.
the game is for one something, 1:30, I think it is, or 1:15. Is the next game up on the lineup? Let me double check. I see. It is Chelsea Southampton at 1:15, or excuse me, at 8:15.
Oh yeah,
So
the other three have already kicked off.
yeah, it is Wolves up full against Fulham 1-0,
Oh,
0-0
Fulham.
in the Brighton Bournemouth game, and 0-0 in the Villa versus Crystal Palace game. But they just all kicked off. They're all in the first beginning minutes.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fulham are 1-up through Ryan Sessegnon in the first minute.
yeah.
That's nice. Nice for Ryan. There you go.
There you go. Yeah, if you do have lineups to pick. Looks like you're going to be picking them for week 28, like myself. So have at it. My lineup is actually pretty much the same. I don't really have much of like changing up, luckily. But I still got to use that assistant manager card and my wild card pretty soon. We shall see. We shall see. Well, people, there's also a little bit of speaking on a certain number 11 that plays for our team. And in a season already marked with record-breaking performances by this player, the Egyptian king met the Egyptian prince in this matchup before earlier this week, or I should say on Sunday. They met, and Mo Salah is now on course to join an elite club, I would say, with Henry, who remains the only player in Premier League history to have both scored and assisted in over 20 goals both scored and assisted over 20 goals in a single season. He is Henry did it with 24 goals and 20 assists in 2003, 2004. Currently, Salah leads the league with 25 goals and has 16 assists in 27 games. So all he needs to do is basically get 4 more assists, and he will have broken Henry's record of 24 goals and 20 assists by thus having more goals and having the same number of assists as Henry. Sunday, Salah became the first player ever to register 25 or more goals and 15 or more assists in a Premier League season. In the reverse fixture against Newcastle St. James, the Egyptian winger scored twice and assisted once, with contributions in 11 matches this season, the most by any player in a single campaign in Europe's top 5 leagues since Messi did it in 2014 and 2015. Salah is well on his way to further rewriting our Liverpool history, our record books, having already moved up to third in the club's all-time scoring list with 241 goals. It's an absolutely incredible feat that this guy continues to just show such exceptional levels, but also show some real dedication to the game to have to be able to put in the numbers that he has in such a short time. Because it's the reason why he is at this level is because he is someone that has pretty much put up exceptional numbers every year in and out of every year. He's put in some really incredible numbers, and this is possibly his best year. He saved his best for hopefully not last. Let's not call it that. Let's not say that.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going around today about hints and little things said, but I'm not reading too much into it. But I think Slot made a little joke, and yeah, I think he was, oh, are people dropping hints? Is there a new contract already signed? Yada yada yada, or in the books. But he just made a little bit of a joke about that's what like the only person it's bad for is the person that has to pay his wages. The contract sort of thing. And I think people were kind of going, oh, does this mean it was is this a hint or something like that? Was he dropping a hint about a kind of thing? I don't know.
Right. Right. There were questions about McAllister after he suffered a black eye and swollen cheek at the Etihad, but he was in training today. Yeah. I showed the pictures yesterday of those bumps and bruises that he had from the game. I think he was just basically showing it just to kind of emphasize the fact that they tend to go through and especially him, he tends to go through a lot when he's out there on that pitch.
What did I do, Jared? What did I mess up? If it wasn't for Brian, it would have been epic. What happened? What did I mess up?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I do not know. But what I do know.
Well, I apologize for whatever epic thing I messed up.
Epic thing. I don't know what you messed up. I'm sure we'll get a hint of it. I'm sure we're gonna hint. There was some key predictions and some questions I wanted to ask the panel and also you in the chat. I also have a little bit of a quiz for us, a pop quiz. So be prepared for that. I don't think we've done this one, so let's see. Like this, I'll ask you this, Brian. Who will break the deadlock first? Who do you think is going to kick off the party tomorrow for the goal scorers? A lot of goals were scored in that last game that we had against them. Obviously, the third was kind of a miracle goal, but still, there were a lot of goals in that last encounter. 6 goals in total by both teams. Who do you think is going to start this party off come tomorrow at Anfield?
Does it go the way of the typical Newcastle Liverpool game? Because if it does, then it's something crazy like Anthony Gordon, and we end up winning 4-2. If it's one of those Newcastle Liverpool games. But if we do what we do and we put in a controlled performance, then it would probably be the usual man up top that breaks the deadlock. But yeah, these games, some of these, they just have a habit of getting away from you. Not getting away from you, but just becoming their own thing. And they've got absolutely world-class players up front. And, Gordon, or whether you consider him world-class, but he's in world-class form. Jacob Murphy's having the bloody season of his life. He's never played like this before. And then the obvious, yeah, I'll just put the link in the thing. Don't worry. So I'd be foolish to say, well, everyone score. No. But for us, I think if anyone's going to do it, it'll be the main man. But hopefully, if I got a chance, I would say it'd be cool if Gakpo came back in and came back with a goal to get himself firing again, just to get back to where he was, find the net again. So that'd be good. But yeah, I'll just go with Mo because he's a man possessed this season. He is a man possessed. I mean, just the numbers. It's like that. I don't know what that show is, but with the thing, with the numbers going past every week, numbers. For Mo, it's just relentless. So
I just saw that you put that in there. We got Lee in the house joining us too. Big up, Lee. Big up, Lee. How you doing?
So keep that in there. We got Lee in the house. Join us too.
Big up, Lee. Big up, Lee. How you doing? Good. Thanks for that. Thanks for the link. I wasn't getting nowhere then. That's half down to me, but this computer's also shit for like having a side. You know, when I go onto that WhatsApp, there's like no sidebar there, and every time you try to like get on it, it just turns the whole screen blue in parts and all that crap. I'll have to get a new computer because this one's faulty.
I got you. Big up though for joining us. We're just talking about the impact of the game or who's going to make the opening impact for the game tomorrow, and how it is set to be. We had a lot of action, meaning like we had a lot of players that got on the scoring end of it in the last game. Most notably, Salah had two of them, I think, in that last game. But we are with a situation where we go into this Anfield matchup with a Newcastle team that doesn't win too often against us, but certainly wants to break that habit. So they're going to be looking to try to like get something over on us. And was wondering, who do you think is going to be the first to break the deadlock? Is it going to be us? Or is it going to be them? And if it is going to be us, who's it going to be? If it's going to be them, who's it going to be? That's the questions for you, Lee.
Sorry, I just went and got a drink of water. Sorry,
no worries.
I
was just saying, who's gonna break the deadlock? Who's gonna be the first to the party to score?
Let's see. Well, Mo would be a prime candidate, wouldn't he? Like, probably the safest bet, wouldn't it? Like to bet on Mo breaking the deadlock. Possibly Jota. I hope Jota starts. I'd like to see him. It's about time we did. And Cody back. I'd like to see Cody back from the start as well. Lucho's done nothing wrong, in my opinion. Just give him, he's on the bench. He can come on later in this one.
Okay. I think the other big question is, can Liverpool's duo, the pivot of Grav and Mac, control the midfield against a viable midfield that Newcastle has, a rested Newcastle team that's looking to probably put a little bit of pain in our way and a pain in the neck. They don't have Joe Linton in that midfield, so that's cool. But or at least in their attack, but they still have some viable pieces to their midfield, whether it's Tonali or Bruno G or Willock.
I've quite enjoyed Thingy's reinvention as a midfielder. You just mentioned him, the Newcastle Brazilian, Dortmund as a forward player. Joe Linton. I've quite enjoyed the way they've done that with him. And it's worked to a degree, hasn't it? Like, he's been quite good, and he's a decent player, Joe Linton. He wasn't going to make it as a forward, was he? So he moved him back in midfield, and he's doing good, isn't he? Ish.
How about for you, Brian? We've seen Grav kind of like, I don't want to say stutter or like, he's definitely been a little bit off his normal brilliance, but he certainly has, the capability of regaining that. Obviously, it's not like it's from an injury or something along those lines. He's battling back from. It's just a little bit of maybe fatigue. Or maybe just the amount of games he's played has kind of put a little bit of a drag on himself a little bit for his performances. But do you think we can control their midfield? Do you think it's going to be a situation where our midfield is going to be able to, dictate the game to them, or is it vice versa?
That's always the question, is who wins that midfield battle. Most games, it's a cliche, but they're won and lost in the midfield. Unless you do a Forest and you go long, you go over it, you ignore it, you don't try and play through it, which is a viable tactic. I don't think Newcastle with Guimaraes and Tonali are going to look to do that. Tonali's going to look to dictate. So that's it. Yeah, that is your battle right there. That's I think ours is at their best is stronger than their 3.
But
it's a good battle,
isn't it? Like, it's a good battle. Like, it's not a bad midfield theirs, is it? Like, now that these like sort of like pleased that Bruno, Guimaraes, Tonali, and who's the other regular stars in the midfield?
Tonali, Willock.
It's Willock, isn't it? Who else have they been using this year alongside Guimaraes and Tonali? I've forgotten now, but it is a decent midfield. There's it's quite. It's one of the better ones, I suppose. Yeah. One of the better ones of the clubs that are just behind us. It's a good midfield there. Maybe the defense could do with a bit more, like.
Yeah, I think that's the one that they've been starting with more often than not. I'm double checking for you. Yeah, that's normally the one they go with. They went with surprisingly like a 5-4-1 against Arsenal. I don't know about that one. It's weird.
One of the surprising things about Newcastle is even when we were going through really bad spells, we still regularly give them pounds. And like that time when Barini scored, I think we scored 5 at St James's Park, and Barini scored when Rodgers had just come in. And we weren't very good when he'd just come in, like he was just getting to grips with it, but we still managed to like absolutely battle him on the pitch. Like,
I think they primarily go with Joe Linton in the midfield if they can. Joe Linton being injured changes it up. That's why they're going to have who they have in the midfield with Willock in the midfield instead of, and maybe even Lewis Miley, but I don't think Lewis Miley will start, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, the young lad. What's happened to our other bloke? What was it? I can escape. You got another fella as well. He's Longstaff. That's him. Longstaff. They still got him, have they?
I think they do, but I don't think
he's been used
to Sean Longstaff. I don't think he'll start.
By the other one, Miley. He's like more favoured now.
Yeah, I don't think he'll start.
Yeah, well.
Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, well, it was. That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was getting to. That's their. You were asking me the question. Can Grav, win that midfield battle tomorrow? Elliot Anderson is the guy that plays there a lot. The guy they got from. Or not Elliot Anderson. Was the other guy? They sold Elliot Anderson. There's another guy that plays from anyway that does well. But yeah, that's their main midfield, and I think Gravenberch, Tonali will look to control it as well, so he will look to get on the ball. If you have a Bruno and you have a Tonali, you're going to use them. You're not going to do the first thing, go over them. So I think there will be a lot of it. They'll try and go through it. Bruno trusts himself on the ball. Bruno versus McAllister is always a good battle. I think, and then if you've got,
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, the field battle should be good.
Yeah, wherever they're getting in there, wherever we're going to push up, then I think Grav is. Yeah, he is under the microscope definitely over the last few games. Just in terms of has his role been figured out a little bit, and does he need to change things up? I don't think it's a quality issue. It's more tactical. So yeah, but I think Bruno and Tonali, man, they're going to want to get on the ball. So that's going to be the battle. That is, I think, especially Mac. Someone will get run on behind them, and then it'll be up to Mac and Grav to try and deal with that. I reckon they can, but it's a real good one. It's a good matchup.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. Should be decent. Well, I hope so anyway. From our point of view, decent could be anything. Decent could be any type of win at the end of the day. But I would like another good performance to see us off until Paris. We get a week then, don't they? They'll get like a week to rest their legs until Paris. So that's a good one, isn't it? Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an FA Cup weekend, so we don't play the weekends.
I know it'll be weird not playing when other clubs are. What's going on, man? I'm a Liverpool fan. This doesn't happen to us. I'm kidding. Does occasionally. Damn Plymouth. Plymouth Argyle. The Duke of Argyle. All of them. All those Argyles. Damn a lot of them.
The Duke. Trying to get in a few of these before. Let me see this too. Bring this down. All right. Well, I was going to ask this last thing then. With the lineups that we all predict to be, pretty much we predicted to be probably the same lineup for the most part that we saw us go against them the first time. Be it probably with the addition of Diego this time instead. I believe, let me double check. I think the last time we went up against them, did Diego start? Diego did start. Let me double check.
I don't see it going off his head over there. Jota getting that pen when they were at Anfield. It wasn't last season, was it? That was the season before. Yeah, he went off his head over that. He flipped him, mate. He flipped him on that one there goalie, like.
Well, what I was going to say is, who do you think is going to be? Which substitution will be the game changer then? If that's as if and only if we go into that second half and we're looking at needing that 60th minute, we need that kind of like impact sub. And let's just say we're going with the same lineup as we said before, which is the lineup pretty much other than we'll see Diego rather than Curtis Jones in the starting lineup. What would you say is who's going to be the impact sub for you tomorrow? Brian, do you have an impact sub? Or actually, Brian's on mute. So, Lee, do you have an impact sub that you think will be a difference maker tomorrow?
From the bench, probably be one of the forwards then, wouldn't it? One of the benched forwards. One of the three benched forwards. Chiesa, I'll plump for him. See if he gets some action. In midfield, I mean, we'll have Endo, we will have Elliott. We'll probably have Jones. Maybe Jones then could be an impact sub, like extra legs if we're, still struggling to get in front against them or something in the second half and shit like that. Maybe he could be an impact sub in midfield then. But apart from that, I mean, it's only Endo in it as a midfield option. So it'd probably be one of the forwards, wouldn't it? Like, if they made the best impact, it'd be from a forward player, probably. More likely than not.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I want to see Chiesa. We haven't seen. I didn't even see the Plymouth match, mate. I was in bed, I think, and I didn't even watch it when I found out we got beat. But I want to see him because I know he played in that, and he hasn't had a look in since. So I'd like to see Chiesa if it's all possible tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm with you, Marion. I'm with you on that one. All right. It's a lot of players, Abdul. A lot of players. Some mixture of some good players, some players that need some time to develop, and some players that will probably be finding other places in the world to be playing their football at. Some of those names you have on the list, best announced I could give. I was going to ask this. Are you guys, I said I had a pop quiz for us. I don't think we've done this one. So I'll just do this one like this. We know that we've done the double agents quizzes quite a bit. So I figured I'd give another chance for you, the chat, to go up against the well-oiled dynamic duo of Lee and Brian being on this one. And I won't give you I don't think if I hit play, it'll be the timer, but I'll give you 4 minutes to get this one. 4 minutes to get this one. 5 minutes to get one. Actually, 5 minutes. We'll make it 5 minutes. All right. And are you ready for a quiz, Lee?
Yeah.
Sorry, what we're doing? Sorry, I had to go to the door. What's happening?
Just doing the pop quiz I was saying. And
Oh.
this is going to be double agents. The
What's
double
that?
agents pop quiz, which means
Oh.
like they played
But
for.
I mean, am I playing with Lee? I know the thing you mean, play
Yeah,
for both clubs.
yeah.
Am I playing with
You and
Lee?
Lee. Yep.
So turn off the
Yep,
chat
you
kind
and
of thing.
Yes, and that
Okay.
includes you. That includes you, Lee.
Turn off the chat.
Chat's gone. No
Chat's
chat
gone.
can I see.
All right, people. Let's begin. 12 players have played for both Liverpool and actually, it's a little bit more than that, but 12 players primarily are the list that they're looking for here. Because I think some of them have played, but they haven't like necessarily played in a competitive game. Was one of those situations. But can you name all 12 players? That's the quiz, and this is what we're gonna do. If you guys are ready, I'll push the play quiz button, and it begins now. You have 5 minutes. The timer is ticking up, and you can just
Michael Owen.
Start. All right.
Craig Bellamy. David James.
I don't think so.
James. Oh no, James is City. Sorry, James is City. Who's the keeper? Who's the keeper to play for both clubs? Grobler play for Newcastle.
Oh, sorry,
Didi Hamann. Didi Hamann.
That's one.
Peter Beard.
3 down, 9 to go.
Jose Enrique.
Peter Beardsley.
Yeah, one of them.
Beardsley was in Premier League, though, wasn't
it? Oh, it's Premier League only. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just. I was just throwing that out there. I'm not sure if it counts because it was Prem.
Yep.
Yeah,
Premier
League. Yeah.
Okay.
There's quite a few.
Mark Kennedy, did he play? Or I mean,
Javier Manquillo.
Yeah, that's one. That's one. Yeah. Kennedy and Gillespie. Did either of them play for both?
No, I don't think so. Don't think Kennedy did. There's Genie. We haven't said Genie yet, have we?
No, Genie Wijnaldum.
And Rush. Yeah, Rush played for both in Premier League era, didn't he?
Genie Wijnaldum.
Wijnaldum. Okay.
Genie and Rushy.
Yeah, Rush is definitely both in the Premier League. John Barnes.
Yeah.
John Barnes.
Oh, yeah. Barnes, he was the manager, wasn't he? Barnes, he managed them for a bit. Or was he? No, that was Celtic, wasn't it? Barnes, he was the player manager or something.
Chat is almost there. Chat is almost there. Not all those names you listed, Abdul, are on the list, though.
Isn't Manquillo on there? Javier Manquillo?
Yeah, did you not put in Manquillo? No, he definitely did. Javier Manquillo. Yeah, there you go.
That name, Jimmy, was outside of the Prem.
I was sure there was a goalkeeper.
You have
there's Mike Cooper played for Newcastle. Mike Cooper, is he one? Oh no, he didn't play. Oh, did he?
No, he did not.
Barry Venison, did he play in the Premier League?
He did play, but like that wasn't one of the names on here.
Okay. So we got Genie, we got Bellamy, we got Michael Owen. There's strikers.
Right, defenders. Must be some centre halves. We haven't got one.
If you try and think of centre halves, I'll try and think of wingers and stuff.
Yep. On that pick for big shout out to Marion for getting that one. He wasn't on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah.
Some really obvious ones I'm not getting it.
Yeah, that's always obvious.
Let me think harder.
I'm trying to see when this was made. 2023 is when this was made, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes there's like names, but they don't pop up because they were like recent or something, you know, or outside of when this was last updated. All right, so you got a minute. You got less than a minute actually, but you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names. Go through the names again and make sure I haven't missed them any because they're on the board, but just in case.
No, that's all we got.
I can't believe you're not getting the one. There is one on there that is like the most obvious. Shout out Abdul. That name is on the list. Yes, Realism Jared. That's the name I was thinking of that they haven't gotten, by the way. Make sure I haven't. Those are all the names you said, right? You've already gone. You already missed the 5-minute mark. Just keep going.
All right. Well, that's it then. We're out of time.
Okay. Because on the normal one, they give you 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I gave. Well, now because I put in practice, they don't show my high score. But all right. Hopper was a shout too, by the way. Hopper was on the list, but he didn't get on this list for some reason.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he played for them as well.
Yeah, I don't know why. Hopper and so was what was that name that you said, Brian? That I said was on the list but wasn't on this list. Because
Barry Hennis.
Yeah, he
was Hooper, not Hopper.
I say Hooper.
Hooper, not Hopper.
Hooper. Okay. So the ones that Brian and Lee missed were, which was kind of sad that they didn't know this one.
Oh gosh, yeah, Big Andy, yeah. Right.
How could we forget Andy Carroll?
Yeah.
I think the answer to that's quite clear, isn't it?
Yeah.
Called PTSD.
You might have said
Danny Guthrie. Oh, yeah.
Danny Guthrie.
Another name that I was surprised you didn't say.
He said Ian Rush.
I did.
I asked you to make sure that the list was there.
Yeah, but
the list is right on the screen. I said, make sure that I haven't missed the name you said.
No, sorry. Yeah,
you probably said this one too.
Jimmy Milner. Yeah. Milner, of course.
Oh, I mean, that's a terrible.
And there is a chant that I heard that was so funny, and it was basically Harry Potter's coming for you. Harry Potter is coming for you. For this player, Harry Potter is looking for this player.
Oh, yeah, that pop.
Oh, John Joe Shelby.
There you go.
Yeah, John Joe Shelby, yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
that
right,
it was a pretty funny chant.
I can't believe I didn't think of James Milner. I thought, are there any other recent ones apart from Wijnaldum? I said to myself, and Milner played in the same 3-man midfield with Wijnaldum, and I still couldn't think of him.
I was just trying to think of wingers for some reason. My head got stuck on wingers.
Yeah, I was
convinced there was Kennedy. Yeah. All right, what's the next one?
All right for us for a little bit. Like when he got in the team first, he did some good stuff and that. Then he just faded away a bit, didn't he? And moved on.
Yeah.
Who?
Didn't he, Shelby?
Oh,
I wouldn't know. The Carroll.
No, Shelby, man. Nah.
I didn't know. He wasn't brilliant.
No, I didn't like him.
He scored a good goal once. Yeah, he did, because he done that celebration, like, where no, that was when he moved, wasn't it? Bollocks. That's not a real memory.
He suffered from
him scoring a nice goal anyway.
He suffered a little bit from the not quite being Xavi Alonso thing that was still around at that time, a little bit. But yeah, Shelby, man. Shelby and
oh, yeah, he isn't lost for art. He lost some fella like, isn't he?
Yeah, no.
John Joe Shelby was. I remember Brendan Rodgers tried to sell us on John Joe Shelby being the truth. He was going to be the difference maker for us. And
Lord.
I remember that, and I was like, I don't know what the heck I don't know what it is that he sees in him, but that is not the truth.
Shelby was just useless.
He is
like
not the truth.
One good 40-yard pass every 8 games does not a player make.
Yeah.
Constantly trying those Hollywood balls and all of that. Like he did. He thought he was Xabi Alonso. Tried to play like him.
Can I just say, shout out to the Everton fan whoever did it. It's cruel on John Joe Shelby, right? But when we were at Goodison for the derby in about 2011, 12, and when he was waiting to come on the pitch, you know, sometimes the sky boom, like for the sound, is close to like somebody like at the front of the crowd, and he shouted out, "Hey, you guys!" like out of the Goonies, you know, for that guy Sloth. I thought that was a bit harsh, like, but it didn't half make me laugh, even though I'm a Liverpool fan and he was our player. And then he died laughing me because it was so loud. It was just noticeably loud. Poor old John Joe. Bloody Evertonian.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys.
Yeah, hey, you guys.
Not a good time to be like a Liverpool fan when it came to unveiling our big new signings. Charlie Adam, John Joe Shelby.
Yeah.
The future.
The future did not look right. It did not look right when that was happening.
It looked slow and bold. It looked slow and bold with John Joe Shelby and Charlie Adam. Even though I don't think they ever played in the same team. But yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, was it Swansea as well he played for with Mitchell. Yeah, he did play for Swansea, didn't he? With Mitchell. I remember him doing that where he put like his things, his hands to his eyes like he was wearing glasses or something.
He did.
Oh, he does a binoculars.
I think it's because his glasses, apparently. Yeah, the celebration was apparently because John Joe's brother wears glasses, and he was doing that to his brother in the crowd, the glasses thing, yeah.
Yeah,
but Mitchell started doing it. Mitchell did it when he scored. He did all right for Swansea, Mitchell, didn't he?
Yeah, they played one game together.
Right for Swansea.
Yeah, they played one game together. Thingy. Shelby and Adam.
Yeah.
Yowzers
is right. That was pretty ugly.
And your favourite, Brian Downing on the wing.
Before their recent resurgence, in what year did Newcastle United last win a major trophy?
1956.
69. It was the European Fairs Cup in 1969.
Yep, that's right.
So that was like the
59, 69.
I think changed the name to the UEFA Cup. I think that was the UEFA Cup before they changed the name to it was the Fairs Cup, UEFA Cup, and now it's Europa League, exact same competition and trophy. So that was a good one. Don't know how they got in it. Like,
when was the last major domestic title? How about that? When was the last domestic title?
I think that's 1920s.
The 50s. It was the 50s. One at Jackie Milburn.
Is that the 56 one? Is that the 1956 one?
55, yeah.
55. Yeah, I had 56 stuck on my head for Newcastle. So yeah, 55, 56.
1955.
Yeah.
Was the FA Cup. Last time they won the FA Cup was 1955.
Oh, but when's the last time they won a title? I thought you asked.
Last time they won a title would have been the 2006.
No, the league title. No, it's like the league title.
Oh, the league title.
The league title. I don't think everyone have they.
I don't know. 1927.
1920s, yeah. I guess 26.
They won in 1905, 07, 09. The 1900s were their year, was a decade, but 1905.
This is when you said when did they last win a title? I thought you meant the league, so I guess 1926. It was
Oh, I
27.
said, yeah, major trophy, but yeah, major trophy. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, major title, major trophy. All right, then. How about this? Let me see if I can figure out one that's a good question for you. I'm trying to find one for you. How many goals does Alan Shearer have? He's their all-time leading goal scorer.
For them or league goals?
Total goals, yeah.
For Newcastle, just Newcastle.
268. No, 286. So 286 is it? No, it's 3 something. She entered it now. No, he isn't into
He got a few for Blackburn.
It's 2 something for Shearer, I think.
I'd say 230.
And for Southampton, don't forget.
Well, yeah, but that wasn't even in the Premier League, so it's only Newcastle. So the total that you see for him, when you see the goals total for him, they don't include his Southampton goals. So I'm just thinking the only ones you take away from his league goals are the Blackburn ones. And he was on there a couple of 2 seasons, maybe. And he's got around.
Long time ago.
I'd say 220
290.
anyway. Okay, 292.
292. What's your guess, Brian? You have one.
So they weren't in that many competitions. So yeah, 250.
250.
Around 250.
If you in the chat want to take a stab at that one, go ahead. See if anyone takes a guess. No? Alan Shearer has 206 goals for the club. 206.
That's closer to 220.
They're all 206.
206. That's right.
Mate, I'm shocked. I thought
it was all
200.
I know. He needs to step up his game.
No, it's just when you look at his totals, you think it's just he's obviously scored a lot of goals for Blackburn as well outside of the.
I don't think anyone's ever
got,
scored.
He's got 260. He's got 260. Your husband is right, Marion. He's got 260 goals for the Premier League, but 206 with actually Newcastle.
In all comps.
Yeah, they count his other ones though, because I've seen his total. It's more when they count his other ones, his non-Newcastle ones.
That's according to the national football.
You have to try and figure out that and subtract it.
Yeah, Russia's somewhat unassailable at like, is it 346 or something stupid like that?
What? Maybe Glasgow Red TV can answer this one. Big up Glasgow Red. John in the house. I was going to ask. In which month and year did Newcastle United complete their transformative Saudi-led takeover? When did the Saudi group take over? What month and year?
We're in 2025.
3 seasons.
There.
I'll say 2022.
2022? What month?
2022 month, I would say August.
August 2022. Okay. Brian, you want to say
No, it's not August. It's November. I'll go for
November 2022. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You have a guess, Brian? June 2022 is what John is saying.
October 2020.
October 2020 is so close. You guys are both very close. You got to go in between, though. October 2021.
No.
October 2021 is the answer. 2021. Yeah. I think that's all the questions I necessarily had. I had the big quiz was the quiz we already took. I was just seeing if I had any other questions on here. In Liverpool's reverse fixture at St. James Park that ended in a 3-3 draw, how many total contributions, meaning goals and assists, did Mo Salah have? What was his GA in that game? Does anyone remember?
What was the date?
Last game we played in 3-3 in the 3-3 draw. What was his GA? What was Mohamed Salah's GA?
This year. I'm GA illiterate. I don't really look at
GA
it.
illiterate. All right.
Goals and assists. So if you had one goal and one assist,
if
you had GA is goals and assists. So if you had one goal and one assist, that would be 2.
Yeah.
So you can just say 1 goal, 1 assist, and it's the same thing. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
2 goals is 2. You know, I don't. It's. Yeah, I'm with. Well, 2. That's what I'm. That's what I.
You're going with
What I
2.
would have said. Yeah, I think he's got 1 of each.
He had 2 goals and 1 assist in that game. He was connected to all 3 goals. 2 goals, 1 assist in that game.
3, yeah.
2 goals, 1 assist for 3 points. 3 GA.
Yeah, I prefer 2 goals and 1 assist. Sounds more.
Oh, right. Goal and assist. I thought you meant GA,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
goal average, that new thing that you're going about, goal average, like how many goals, like the
Oh, you know,
cut
like
stuff
XG or something
when
like
you got
that.
in.
No,
Yeah,
prefer
that's
goals.
the one, XG, sorry.
I'll show you something that's
I get
funny
the
with
mixed up.
XG and what's funny with just the state of what we're going through here is that talking about midfields. This is pretty wild. This is pretty wild. This is maybe unfortunate stab at Declan Rice, but realize
that's
that our
harsh.
whole,
That's harsh, that, isn't it, when you look at
yeah, exactly. Declan Rice, 150 million pounds is the same is the equivalent of what we paid for our entire. And then they throw Curtis Jones there. Obviously, Curtis Jones is a youth academy player, so.
Yeah,
But what it cost us all together for our midfield. 5 players right there. Still don't equal up to what they paid for Declan Rice. And what was another slow, fun little shout. Yeah, far definitely overpriced, Mary. Definitely. This is what Manchester United are looking at this year. Big up to the Red Devils. Keep on trucking, huh? Keep on trucking. Jeez, man. Absolutely sensational. As the meme goes, sensational. Oh wow. But it's so sad. It's so sad. But yeah. It's those same United fans will tell us, you know what you need to do about your team, blah, blah, blah. I believe in Amarim. That's their shouting call. Whatever, man. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. So let's get some score predictions in here.
Probably will be, Jimmy. Probably will be before long. Don't worry. Yeah, they're quicker than anybody. Don't worry.
Yeah, no wonder Manchester United are depressed. Yes, certainly. If you saw that, you would definitely be depressed. Especially, it's wow. I was going to put that one up too. Do I have that stat? Let me see if I have that stat. Well, I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up another day, I guess. I was going to ask like some questions on like who you think is going to be your Premier League, PFA. Player of the year, or what's it called? I think it's called the PFA, right? It's called the. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna double check, see if I have it.
Yeah, PFA is the one the players pick.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Football Writers Award, the FWA, and then you've got the Premier League player.
But I was going to say the young player of the year. I was going to see who you thought was going to be your young player of the year. Interesting. Saw some names on there that were kind of interesting. But let's get these Premier League scores in. All right, so it looks like Bonkers has 3-1 for us. KJ has a 3-1 to us. 2-1, Mo and Verge. Oh, wow, we're going to go back to letting in goals. Can't we hold a clean sheet against Newcastle? Can't we hold a clean sheet at home?
Yes, we could. Yeah, I think we could.
You think so? What's your score prediction?
Score prediction. 2-0.
2-0. All right.
Yeah, another 2-0.
Okay. There you go, Red. There you go, Red for life. Living on the wild side. Oh wow, Villa's goal was ruled out. That sucks for them. I hope he does not. I do not want to see Gordon score against us. That would be horrible. Brian, what's your score prediction?
Do I go with a slot game or do I go with a Newcastle Liverpool game? If it's a Newcastle Liverpool game, 4-2 win.
Okay.
If it's a slot game, if he can carry it out again, if he can work his magic, come up with something. But just the gambler, the non-gambling gambler, but the guy, if I was walking into a bookies, am I going to back a team that has Gordon, Isak, and Jacob Murphy in the form, that front three that's in the form it's in? Am I going to back against them score?
How weird is it to be saying, Brian? How weird is it to be saying Jake Murphy is someone that you got to like game plan around?
Oh, he's awful. He's been awful for most of his career. Absolutely just useless. And now he's the next.
Now all of a sudden he's like, he's all of a sudden a viable option on that.
But like I said, I'm not taking money out of my back pocket and putting on a bookies counter saying they ain't scoring a goal. I'm backing us to win, but I'll say 3-1. I'll go with 3-1 on that.
Okay.
It's a good win, but unfortunately, one of them will just do something. But it'll be fine. It'll be cool to get the atmosphere up. That will help. Goal scorers, like I said earlier on, Salah will probably do the business and break the deadlock and get us going. Give Isak one for them. I don't want to see Gordon doing his thing either. But that might get the crowd up as well. We've seen what happens before when opposition players score against us and they give it the big one a little bit too much, and next thing you know, Anfield turns it up to 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I will go with Mo, Gakpo, and Jota.
Mo, Gakpo, and Jota. Okay, cool.
I'd be fairly astonished if that wasn't the front three. That's what I picked, and I'd be quite surprised if it wasn't. Tomorrow, the front three,
goal for the whole front three.
But Arnie works in mysterious ways, mate. You know what I
mean? He does. Yeah, he definitely does. I'll go with the my head is telling me 3-1, but my heart is telling me to go with 3-0. So I'll go with my heart, 3-0. And I'm gonna go with a I'll go with an Ibu goal. I'll go with a
not being funny and not cutting across it. Genuinely, someone in the chat, when is the last time Ibu scored? I would love to know that. When is the last time Ibu scored a goal? In the league, by the way, in the league.
Oh, in the league. Bloody hell. That's a long time ago in the league, surely.
How many has he got for us? 2, 3, maybe? big lad like him. I remember him scoring a
What
great
at
header
Wembley
against
against City? The header at Wembley against
City.
City.
I remember that one, but that's at Wembley. I'm just wondering when's the last time he actually scored in the league. I'm not criticizing. I'm just wondering.
No. I cannot say. Aside from that, it's the only one I can remember. The one at Wembley. I know there are others he has scored like at least one more that I know of. Just can't name it.
Is it Wolves this season? That's what the lads are saying, was it?
Did he?
I'll just look it up because I can't. Let's show.
Because I know he doesn't have a load of goals for us, like over his whole career in the league. I mean, but just because, I just trying to remember like that. I remember the City one where he just walked up and told everybody just get out of his way and just nodded into the back of the net. It was beautiful to see. The confidence of it. He just swaggered up and went. Didn't he? I don't think he even jumped. He just stood there. Look, get out of the way. This is my ball. Bang, in back in net. That's the only goal I can remember him scored.
He's got a Premier League goal this year for us.
Was it the Wolves one? Is that what it is?
I think.
People are saying Wolves.
It was the Wolves game. Wolves
So
away.
what's his career total in the Premier League, goals wise? I guess in 4.
I don't know that off the top of my head. I have to double check that one too. But he
2
does
goals for us. Yeah, he's got 2 for us.
In the league. Well, he didn't have any goals last year.
Yeah, league career total. I'm guessing 4.
This doesn't make sense. He has more than that. Maybe was that City game in the league? Maybe that wasn't even a league game.
No, it was at Wembley. That's just saying that was at Wembley. So
that's his only goal in the league, actually.
He only has 1 in the league.
He has 1 goal.
Okay, just sent 2. Yeah, he could chip in. Not like
it says here. When was Canate's last goal? It says, having not registered goals since 16th of April 2022, Canate returned to scoring ways on 17th of September 2024 with a header in Liverpool's 3-1 away win against Milan in the UEFA Champions League.
But that's all competitions. Yeah, he's got 0. He's got his only goal so far is that Wolves game in the Premier League, at least is in the Wolves game.
He could get a few more big lads like him.
He will eventually. He'll score some more with his heads before long. It'll happen. It'll come.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll tomorrow prove my prediction right. So that's 1 there. I'll have a Lucho goal for me, please. And let's get Darweezy a goal off the bench. And I would say that's my 3 goals. And also, hopefully, we can get 2 assists for Mohamed Salah in that run up to get him that much closer to breaking that record and getting us to the promised land, which is a Premier League title. All right. So, with our score predictions in, you've got our team news and updates. You've gotten a little bit of trivia, a little bit of predictions and interactive questions between us and you. Yeah. We'll see. I think we'll see them both play. Tell you the truth, I think we'll see both Diego and Darwin play tomorrow. That way you can have a lineup that's ready to see probably Cody and hopefully Cody and Lucho in that front 3 ready to go up against Padre. Old Padre. Anyways, what's anything you guys want to say to chat before we let them do their thing on this Tuesday, day before our Newcastle big break? You will have a roll call tomorrow too, by the way. So,
yeah, just thanks for your contributions, everyone. Thanks for being here. See you again. Up their heads.
Up their heads. Brian, how about for you?
Yeah, no, just the usual. Yeah, short, quick one tonight. So thanks everyone for being here. And like you said, roll call tomorrow at 6:30. Yeah, 6:30 UK.
Yep, 6:30 is the
Yeah,
time.
you know the drill.
The game, or actually, I think the game's at 15. To tell you the truth. So wait, let me double check. I think it's a quarter after the hour. It is. It's at 8:15. So it'll be 7:15. Right? No.
Oh, they're starting us later. No, yeah, everyone is 7:30, but they put us on like 45 minutes later. Okay.
Right. Right. So it's
Oh,
at 8:15 is the game tomorrow. So it'll be
yeah,
7.
so 7:15 for roll call. 7:15 UK.
Mm-hmm. Be here bright and early. Be here. This is a place to be, so we can kind of get together, get the right forces and the right energy all for the right synergy, so that we can create a really, really viable force to be reckoned with in our game tomorrow. It worked out last time. Let's make it work out this time too. How about that? Start this trend. So, shout out to Cedric, Bonkers, KJ, Marion, Red Armchair Supporter, Nalante. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Realism Jared. Hopefully I said shout out to Cedric. And who else was in the crew here? Shout out to Abdul. Hi, Laura was up in here too. Definitely big up to everyone that joined us. Alexander joined us earlier. I think that was pretty much all towards the end. And Honesty and Philip definitely joined us. And Edward. A lot of names out there that joined us. Yeah, big. There's a lot of good people that joined us today. So shout out to all that did. Shout out for you joining us tomorrow when we definitely bring in a little bit of the flair, and we hopefully drain the pool so that we don't see any diving done by the likes of Mr. Gordon and his and the
Well, he's got form for it, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly. But yes, we're going to. Oh, see, Brian, always equal opportunity. So big up to those that are with us. Big up to those that are watching us on the replay, and put your comments of what you think is going to be prediction for tomorrow, your score predictions and the likes in the comments, or just put a regular comment if you like. And be sure to join us tomorrow when we definitely bring it home. Bring it one more step closer to bringing it home, hopefully. But for all of us on the panel, big up and up the Reds as always. And we'll see you tomorrow, people. Definitely. Take care.